welcome back. Oh my goodness, if you guys could see my bedroom right now, yes, there's a stack of books here, but I am surrounded by curriculum all over my carpet. It's crazy, but I'm excited to be filming this series here for you today, our curriculum picks for the 2023-2024 school year. Now, in case you're new around here, hi, my name is Sarah, and I am going to be homeschooling all 5 of my kiddos this year, preschool all the way on up to high school. And today's video is all about my oldest child, Noah, who is going to be going into 10th grade this fall and will be 16 years old. Oh, have I mentioned he's taller than me? It's such a weird thing to be like looking up to your child and talking to them. I don't know, it's strange. But I thought I would share all of our curriculum picks that I have for him this year. Before I jump into it too far though, I do want to mention a few things. First of all, this is a college prep workload. Noah is still deciding on his career path after high school, and so we have decided to just continue on a college prep course load for him so that he has his options open. If later in high school he decides that what he wants to do is not a path to college, then we can back off some of this schoolwork. But for now, for these first few years of high school, we are hitting it hard and heavy and doing a lot of credits. I want him to have a lot of freedom for his junior and senior years so that when he's driving and wanting to have a part-time job and do career studies and things like that, he isn't bogged down with as much book work for high school. So please note, this is a very heavy, very strenuous college prep workload. Now, that being said, I also want to mention that Noah, as a 10th grader, as almost 16 years old now, he does the majority of his work for homeschool independently. Now, that is not to say that he is off by himself in his room, just hauled up alone doing schoolwork every day. That could really be farther from the truth. He actually pairs and does a lot of his schoolwork with his younger sister, who is in 9th grade this year. So the two of them pair off and work side by side on many of these subjects. Noah is also included in our morning time, our group subject time every morning after breakfast. He does our poetry and our Bible reading and our read aloud time. Yes, moms, dads, keep reading aloud to those teens. Noah still loves to listen to picture books that I am reading to his toddler little sister, and he loves to hear all of the chapter books that I'm reading to the family. So keep reading aloud to those teens. So Noah is off on his own doing independent schoolwork. I am not actively having to teach him as much these days, but I am always available to answer questions for him. I also do multiple check-ins a day, a week, to make sure he is on track with his work, that he is doing the right amount of subjects for the week so that he can get his to-do lists for the week, for the month, for the year completed. So I would definitely encourage you, if you have a high schooler, to make sure that they have a good planner, a good calendar, and that you are helping them map out each of their subjects, each of the different items that they have to do on their to-do list every day. Really help them to organize their time and check in with them a lot. If you think you're checking in with them too much, you're not. Yeah, so high school, it's just a different ball game, and Noah's my oldest, so I'm learning on the fly. I'm learning as I go and making a ton of mistakes. So I really appreciate his grace with me and his patience. But high school, it's fun, it's great. Don't be scared of it. And I'm so excited to be sharing about it here on YouTube. I know there's not a lot of content like this out there, so I'm just gonna keep bringing you guys along, even if it's a little bit messy. Also, real quick, a little plug. I will include links down in the description for as much of this as I possibly can. But the best place to head is to my website, and including a curriculum picks section where I go through each one of the grade levels and talk about all of our curriculum picks per child, per grade, per subject. But head over to my website if you want links. Some of them are affiliate links, just a heads up there. If you want links to any of the items that I shared today, head to my website. Also, just so you know, we homeschool year-round. We homeschool all seasons throughout the year. So what I'm sharing with you today is for an entire school year. This is not stuff that Noah is going to work on he's not going to do every single one of these every single day. They will be sprinkled throughout his sophomore year. So for instance, last year he did art through the summer, and then he didn't have to do it at all through the rest of the school year. There are some things like that that we manipulate with his schedule so that he can really focus in on certain subjects for certain seasons. So just know, I'm going to present this huge stack of books to you. He doesn't have to do all of this every single day. One last note, I'm sorry, this is such a long intro, but again, there's not a lot of high school content out there, so I just want to share. For us in our state, it is encouraged that for a high school credit hour that your student should be working on that subject for about 1 hour per day for the school year. That's just a loose guideline. And so that's how I plan curriculum. I try to choose subjects that he will be working on that course for around 1 hour a day. Now, sometimes it's 45 minutes, sometimes it's 1 hour and 10 minutes. It just kind of depends. But that's a loose guideline for our state to help with your high school planning. All right, let's just jump in. I can create more high school content if you guys want to talk about transcripts, grading, I mean, any of that kind of stuff. Let me know down in the comments what you want to hear about homeschooling high school, and I will try to start working on that content. But let's just blaze through here and I will show you all of our curriculum picks subject by subject. All right, so let's start out with math. This will be no surprise to you if you've watched any of our curriculum videos in the past. Noah will be continuing with Math UC. I still have this in the cellophane here, but he's going to be moving into geometry. He is finishing up the last couple of lessons of Algebra 1, just actually in the next couple weeks here. So he will be jumping into geometry this summer. We've been really happy with Math UC. Noah's done really well with it. Paired along with this, we also utilize a DVD player that Noah uses to watch the DVD lessons. Math UC also offers an online version if that would be a better fit for your family. And then he also has a scientific calculator that he uses for a lot of his geometry problems. All right, next up, I'm gonna call this Grammar and Composition 2. Last year, Noah did Grammar and Composition Level 1. So this course for 10th grade, I'm just calling it 2. And we're gonna keep moving through. Some of the curriculum will look familiar to you all from last year. So I was a little bit too ambitious, and we've been working through analytical grammar with Noah since 8th grade. In 8th grade, he did season 1. 9th grade, we completed season 2. And now for 10th grade, we're gonna complete season 3. This is actually the older edition of analytical grammar. I've done in a devoted video review to this on my channel. I'll be sure to link it, but they have actually revamped analytical grammar, and it is completely different at Demi Learning now. So you might wanna check that out. But this in the older edition, we're going to complete season 3. This is a very robust grammar curriculum. It has sentence diagramming. I mean, it's just well above even my knowledge of grammar. So this has been really good, very challenging. And so we're just gonna finish up this curriculum this year. Now, the way I schedule this is Noah does 1 week of grammar, and then on the weeks he's not doing grammar, we put in a week of writing. And so Noah is going to be continuing through IEW's Structure and Style Year 2 on Level B. We're almost done with that curriculum, or we're getting close to the end. But again, I was overly ambitious for 9th grade. I packed too much into our English course for that credit last year. So we still have a lot of curriculum that I just wanna make sure I'm getting my money's worth, and we're finishing out a lot of these lessons. So Noah is going to finish that curriculum. Sorry, I don't have that up here. I'll just put a visual of it here for you guys. And then after he completes that, we will move into the Structure and Style Level C. That will be the next IEW program that he does for high school. So finishing up B, moving into C. Now, something you'll notice as you see a lot of these curriculum picks is that Noah does really well with curriculum that has a watch a lesson first and then go and do your work. So for IEW, he really enjoys the structure and style videos that are done by Andrew Poudwa. He loves to watch those, and then he goes off and writes his paper, and then I just edit it and grade every single week. So we really like that kind of style and system for high school. That's been working really well for Noah. So you'll see that reflected in a lot of this curriculum of watching a video and then doing an assignment. Along paired with that, for, again, this is all for his English credit for Grammar and Composition 2, Noah is going to be finishing out the Spelling UC program this year. He will be doing level G, the last level in Spelling UC. Now, I love Spelling UC because it is not age graded, it is skill based. And so you just keep plugging along wherever you fit in, whether you're in 10th grade, whether you're in 7th grade, whether you're in 5th grade, it doesn't matter. You're working on spelling skills. And so I'm really excited. It just feels like such a finish line for Noah to go through this entire program. So yeah, he'll be finishing out Spelling UC. Once we're done with all of that, if he still has some more time left and needs some more work for his credit, the other thing I have for him to do next year will be Wordly Wise 3000. This is book 9, and this is just a vocabulary workbook. I thought that this would be good, especially for him, as if he decides to go to college, we'll be needing to do some different testing. Vocabulary will be a really important thing for him to have. So we're just going to start working through this workbook little by little. Again, about 1 hour a day spread out into all of these 4 different items to finish up English credit for 10th grade. All right, so for history and literature, I'm still kind of deciding how I'm going to assign credits for this, but golly, this is heavy, sorry. Ooh. All right, we are going to be doing world history this year, and so I purchased Not Grass's Exploring World History. It's quite the chunk. It is going to be quite the course. We have used Not Grass in years past in middle school. I really, really love this company. I love their history curriculum, but I'll be honest, it's very, very intense. A lot, obviously, a lot of information. So I'm not sure that Noah will be tackling every single lesson in this book. I will probably pick and choose at my discretion. I also purchased, they have like a test book and a student review book. I went ahead and bought these. These would just be helpful for grading, again, to keep track of grades for his transcript to go along with this. So that will be for world history, and paired along with that, I have chosen a whole stack of books back here for him to read about world history literature to really bring world history to life. I love living books. I love chapter books to bring what we're studying to life. So honestly, some of these are going to be books Noah reads on his own. Some of these I'm going to use as read alouds. We will just kind of feel that out as the year goes on. But I will go through real quick and show you all of these books that I've picked out to read for world history literature. Now, I have an entire video devoted to how we do literature in our home, how we study it, and how my kids create lit logs to go along with the books that they read, or sometimes the books that I read aloud to them. So Noah will continue on with that, and he will keep writing in his lit log to go along with these books that he will be reading, or I will be reading aloud to him. Whew, okay, guys, high school books are heavy. Whew. All right, moving on to science. We are going to be doing Berean Builders Discovering Design with Biology. And we did the earth science course for physical science last year from Berean Builders and absolutely loved it. It was just such a good fit for our family, such a good fit for my older kids. So this was a no-brainer. We're just going to keep moving through Berean Builders, and we're going to do biology this year. Now, I will say the key to success for our family with this course are the Vimeo online courses that you can rent. There is a teacher who goes through classes and teaches through every chapter, every lesson in the book, and these were just wonderful. So having those Vimeo courses, they were just invaluable, and so we will be utilizing those again. So I have this big chunky textbook here, as well as this is the student workbook. This includes lab sheets and worksheets as with comprehension questions for every chapter, as well as tests. Again, really great for having to track your child's grades for transcripts and things like that. Now, I'm going to make this biology a lab credit as well, and so, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I have dead animals in my bedroom, but I do. I went ahead and purchased the biology dissection kit. This has all of your tools that you're going to need to dissect a fish, a frog, a worm, and there's one other animal, I can't remember, but I will link it down below. I'm actually thinking about using this as maybe a homeschool group activity, maybe doing like a couple dissection days and inviting some homeschool families that we know to get together and just dissect it as a group. I think that would be a little bit more fun and, you know, spread the love of all the dissection things. Yeah, so my kids are honestly a little bit horrified. I'm not looking forward to this, so maybe making it a group activity will get them a little bit more on board. All right, and then moving on to electives. Now, I don't have the books up here. I'll be sure to put some images here. Noah is finishing up BJU Press's Spanish 1. We have really enjoyed this course. I'll talk more about it in our curriculum wrap-up videos that I'm going to put out. That'll be the next series I do, where I kind of go through and talk about what worked and what didn't. But we're going to continue on with BJU Press Spanish, and Noah is going to finish up level 1 this summer, and then we'll move into Spanish 2 in the fall. Again, I have a DVD player that we pair with that, and my kids sit and watch the DVD lessons that go along with it. We rent those from BJU. There is also an online option if you would like that. All right, and then Noah has really enjoyed studying art for some of his electives for high school, and so we're just going to continue along in that. I have really enjoyed artistic pursuits, and so when I was at the convention back in April, I went ahead and picked up drawing. This is Art Core 3 and painting Art Core 4. So Noah will work on these two courses. They come with DVDs, and then obviously you supply your own art supplies to go with it, but I have a lot of that already on hand. There are 36 art projects with each one of these books, so you could do this course and just do one art project a week, or you could jam pack it all into a summer, whatever you want to do. But Noah's going to work through drawing and painting. All right, guys, this is another one of those courses that I'm kind of piecing together. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it, but I am planning on doing a home ec or life skills course with Noah this year. I went ahead and picked up this book. It's called Home Ec for Everyone, Practical Life Skills in 118 Projects. And I saw this at the homeschool convention, and I went ahead and picked it up. It's just a very easy guide to cooking, sewing, laundry, domestic arts, life skills. I'm hoping can kind of be a syllabus for me to kind of go through and just make sure we've checked all those boxes. I want Noah, when he graduates out of our homeschool, to know how to do some basic cooking, some basic, household chores, things like that. So I'm going to kind of piece this course together as we go throughout the school year. But my intention is to go over basic life skills that me as a mama, I want his wife to thank me for someday, teaching him how to cook, how to clean, how to do basic life skills. So that's my idea with this course. It'll be worth a half credit, and yeah, I'll let you know how this goes. Last but not least, I'm going to put Bible here. You guys know I don't love to include Bible as a subject in our homeschool. This is something my kids would do no matter if we homeschooled or not. But this is a nice place for me to stick Bible curriculum, Bible choices, books, things like that I use with the kids, just so you guys have that available to you. So first of all, Noah has been reading through different books of the Bible with one of his sisters and his dad. And so they will continue doing that. They read through whole books together and then discuss it. So that will be a big portion of his Bible study. He also does a discipleship relationship with someone at our church. They meet up for coffee every week and they read through the Psalms together and pray. And so he will continue doing that as long as our friend is willing to keep doing that with him. I definitely would encourage you, if you have a high schooler and you can set up some type of relationship like that, a discipleship relationship with a man or a woman in your church, a friend that you can pair your teen up with. It's just been such a blessing to our family, such a blessing to my teens to have those type of relationships. So there's my little plug. If you can get your child to do a discipleship kind of relationship with someone, definitely do it. Now, you guys know I also like to include some books for my kids to read throughout the year. So I picked one for each semester. The first one is 10 Questions Every Teen Should Ask and Answers About Christianity. And then the other one is The Jesus I Wish I Knew in High School. Now, this first book came recommended to me. It was actually on our church's resource wall. So I'm excited for my teens to read this. The second one, I just kind of read the bio when I saw it at the homeschool convention and I picked it up. I thought I'll flip through it and read it maybe prior to Noah or with Noah, one of the two. But these are kind of my two Bible books that I'm going to encourage him to read this year. All right, guys, well, that's it. That's all of our 10th grade curriculum picks, and it's a lot. It's a very heavy workload for Noah this year. When all is said and done, again, this is just for our state, this will probably end up being 7 or 8 credit hours. That's a lot of schoolwork. So he's definitely got a big year ahead of him, but it's gonna be great. I'm so excited for all of the things that he is going to be learning. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. I will be sharing all of our curriculum picks for each one of my 5 kiddos in the coming days. I have a preschooler, a kindergartner with special needs, a 4th grader, a 9th grader, and a 10th grader. And I'm going to be sharing all of our specific curriculum that I've picked out for next year. I'm also going to do a video of morning time or family subjects, things that we sit around the table and do all together. So those videos are all coming up, so be sure to subscribe, stick around the channel, and watch all of those. Hope you guys are having a great start to your summer. See you later.